Our next speaker is Oguz. He's currently working in Next Information Systems in New York. He has authored articles and the book Radio Television Radar in Istanbul. He was one of the pioneers of the Turkish TV programming at Istanbul Technical University TV. He received his MS degree in electronics engineering from Istanbul Technical University in 1973 and his MBA from New York University in 1979. Please welcome Oguz.
Sayın İstanbul Teknik Üniversitesi Mezunlar Derneği yöneticileri, Sayın Başkan, sayın davetlilerimiz, sayın Rutgers Üniversitesi öğrencileri, Tuğrul Özel Bey, sizlere teşekkür ederiz. Bugünü hazırladığınız ve çaba gösterdiğiniz için ve geldiğiniz için. Aramızda ilerinin büyük bilim adamı olacak arkadaşlarımız var. Kendi arkadaşlarımızın da çocuklar aynı zamanda. Kendilerini tebrik ederiz. Yeni bir arkadaşımız da Rutgers Üniversitesi'ne girmekteymiş, mühendislik üzerine. Kendisine de başarılar dileriz. I need to continue in English just for the purpose of this is going to be actually not only a mentoring program to be published on the internet just only for the Turkish audience, because we are going to be publishing this on YouTube as a video presentation. I think we want this to become a mentoring presentation for the whole general world, European or India or China. We should share our experiences with really everyone. At this time, if you just focus to the slide, my concentration, actually, what I should do is I should turn on my timer, not to extend my allowed 25 minutes or 20 minutes, because I make that mistake all the time. My concentration is about the career struggles, career success within the age of social media. We are in the 21st century. Myself, I was born in the 20th century, and I will show you my personal travel, my personal challenges, my personal struggles to show you why it is so important that we share our experiences. I want to highlight the need for responding to the changing market, to do networking continuously. Sharing is important, interacting with other people, and lifelong learning, and also about how to publish resumes, and also loving your own professional practice, loving, enjoying a profession. Actually, I just forgot to present myself, my personal background. I was graduated in 1973 from Istanbul Technical University as a master's in electrical electronics, actually electrical engineering. And then I graduated from New York University with an MBA. I'm a SharePoint Microsoft technology consultant in the industry, hands-on experience. Additionally, I teach. And this year I started a new school on Long Island on technology education. It's actually part of an incubator, which is also supported by the New York State Senator. We have an established presence in Mineola, which is not far from Penn Station. And I'm also trying to reach out to the Turkish other communities to invite their young generation to train them in every aspect of new technologies. I'm a Java certified, also Microsoft certified person. Let me go to the next slide. This is the Moore's law. According to a founder of Intel, whose name is Gordon Moore, this is his prediction, which actually has been proven. Now you see on the slide the change of transistor intensity concentration within a microprocessor, within one single microprocessor. As you can see here, I was graduated in 1973. That is the beginning of this curve. This starts in 1971. Now we are in year 2014. Within that time frame, you can see this unimaginable change of transistor counts within one single microprocessor. This is unbelievable. I mean, you could not have imagined this many, many decades ago, last century. This you can find if you search for Gordon Moore. You can find this slide from within the, by the way, this is from different informational sites, so you can easily find this slide. This was the statement by Gordon Moore is actually that the integrated circuit, transistors on integrated circuits doubles approximately every 2 years. This was a paper of his in 1965, which is a prediction which was proven to be accurate. Now this also affects the number of sizes of pixels in a digital camera, similarly. And then additionally, another Intel person, executive David House, predicted that the chip performance, the speed, would double every 16 months. This is an interesting slide. If you remember Captain Kirk, this is from Star Trek. This is the movie from the season 1, the episode 1 of Star Trek. This is the man trap. I will advise that you actually watch it, available on the internet. This is the ever first scene, I think the 6th or 7th minute in the episode, when he actually uses a flip phone. Look at the flip phone. This was 1966. And now, this is again futuristic at that time. They didn't know this was going to happen. We never had this in the industry. Now today, 48 years later, we have now the social media. Look at it. Twitter, Facebook, Google+. Actually, interesting enough, we are today using Google Hangout Air in order to publish ourselves on the web. And thanks to Tansel, we have last 2 days, we have struggled. How many hours we spent?
Quite a few.
10 hours, 15 hours, me and him amongst each other to actually adjust ourselves, but it was a successful experience. And now you have YouTube. We are publishing on YouTube currently at the moment. Instagram, WhatsApp, is that WhatsApp? On the left, I think. LinkedIn, and I think this is today the reality we should talk about, we should be aware of. I'm personally in the software business, and at the moment I'm considering myself not necessarily a young person of 25 years of age. I'm still trying to learn jQuery, AngularJS, Knockout.js, Ember.js, JavaScript libraries, languages like C#, Java, PHP. I have experiences in those already, but I must emphasize to you is jQuery was started by an engineer, well, actually a young person, 23 years of age. His name is John Rasick, who is a Brooklynite. He's living in Brooklyn at the moment, in New York City. He's a young person. Now his jQuery JavaScript library is now used by the multi-millions across the whole world, China, India. It is a remarkable change in technology. Web services, cloud computing, design patterns, model view controller, model view model, collaboration systems, and checking my timing. Then digital marketing systems, e-commerce, these are important subjects. You must get involved in lifelong learning, and you need to become self-motivated, not to expect from others to teach you. You need to have social inclusion, personal development, competitiveness, for competitiveness and employability. Nowadays, learning is no longer divided into a place to acquire knowledge, which is a school, and then a place to apply the knowledge, which is the workplace. You must combine your daily life into practicing both schooling and practicing at the same time. Weekends, for instance, I teach on the weekends, but my students also, I'm a practical, I'm a teacher. By the way, I have a New York State license in teaching from 8 years ago, and I have had a total of 4,000 years of, 4,000 hours, sorry, 4,000 hours of teaching in the industry, in the continuing education industry. This is an example of Indeed.com. If you go to Indeed.com, you can easily get a statistical analysis of the one example, SharePoint jobs, which is my expertise. And you can find the locations, New York, Jersey City, Manhattan, and then try to accordingly position yourself in different markets. You can find the salary estimates over here. These are the job search sites. You must publish yourself on job search sites. These days you cannot isolate yourself, and do not please rely on paper only. This is the statistical analysis of job search sites published by comscore.com. The comscore.com continuously keeps a track of different job sites. Here you see Indeed.com as a job search leader. I guess the other one above him is actually just general classification. And then after Indeed.com comes CareerBuilder.com and Monster.com. Those are the leading job search sites where you should actually have your resume published. At the moment, 72% of resumes are never seen by human eyes. Why? Because they are left to the computers to be tracked. The computers physically go into every single resume and read the keywords. If you don't put your keywords, the necessary 3-letter acronyms properly in your resume, the resume will never get recognized. This is just a long list of what you should do and how you should actually adjust your resume. But I also, additional to this slide, want to advise you that you should have an advisor read your resume and possibly pay a paid advisor a service to reformat your resume as a student. Even if you are a student, you can prepare yourself for internship. But if you go into the market, you should certainly adjust your resume, because the resumes need to be adjusted for computer detection with readability. My strong advice is to get involved in non-profit organizations. To my students, I strongly advise, even if they have no job, because I have had many students who were jobless. I have advised them, even if you don't get paid, serve a non-profit organization, for instance, to create a website. By creating a website for them, you will get credit, and that goes into your personal experience, not education. You can publish it rightfully without any misleading statement. You can publish it as an experience in your experience section, even if you don't get paid, but that's important that you actually serve a non-profit organization as a job, part-time job, or internship, and additionally become part of committees. I must tell you from my own experience, I have had tough times, certain times in my life. When I joined an organization on Long Island, which is Alpoge Industrial Association, that association alone, becoming part of a committee in that organization, gave me all of a sudden the turnaround, because I became part of that culture. I became part of the committee. They actually started leading me in the right direction. All of a sudden I became involved in education. I became part of Hofstra University, for instance. That is through my non-profit organizational connections. Don't isolate yourself. It is no longer acceptable to isolate yourself and try to expect people to hire you if you only mail, postal mail resumes to other people. You cannot be selfish anymore. You have to participate and share. Again, this is building circle of friends in larger community. That was true many, many centuries, even in our own culture. But now here in the global market, you should actually announce yourself widely and be recognized. I'm going to emphasize here the social media, google.com. It is important that we emphasize not to only ourselves, to everyone in our own culture, in Turkey, in the United States, any other place. We can no longer exist without search sites. If anyone told me not to use Google anymore, my profession would end the same day. Why? Because I personally, in order to continue myself to do anything, I'm going to go to Google almost 5 times every hour. Without a search, I cannot exist. If you ever cut off Google, the whole industry will collapse. I'm telling you, if this is happening in the United States, if Google all of a sudden doesn't exist, or the power goes up at Google, some kind of disruption, the United States will cease to function. This is serious that we emphasize this to everyone in our communities, because some people may not know this, but we should emphasize and explain this to everyone. I believe in blended learning. Why? Because you have to get your information online. Search, search, search. Not only search, it's actually discovery. Sometimes I'm not searching for something, but I'll discover it. All of a sudden it comes to me, and I discover saying this is something important, that means I need to learn more. Again, as you can see here, we are doing Google Hangout, and I thank Tansel for this. He is the one who actually led me in the right direction, yes, to start with Google Hangout, and that was a big success today. YouTube. As you see here, YouTube, our big story. Again, YouTube is for search and discovery. I'm on YouTube at least 2 times every hour when I do a professional job. On the job, I mean, my job, managers never tell me, deny me to access the YouTube website, because the information is really there. Why? People share, people go and they announce their own findings on YouTube. That's the key to success. There are lots of on-demand training videos, free. And they are correct videos, they are not fake videos. Businesses publish their product versions on the YouTube site. Consumer education is done on YouTube. There are channels. Thanks again to our friend Tansel, we started a channel on YouTube just yesterday. Streaming videos and interactive sessions. You can put comments and become interactive. And also I must mention that 2 days ago, I believe, Turkey now has YouTube again. LinkedIn. LinkedIn is where you should publish your resumes, your credentials, your personal profile heavily. You must put your resume in some form, the way LinkedIn accepts it, for creating circles and connections. You will get friend requests, you will get visitor analysis, you will get many job agencies actually go to LinkedIn to find out about your credentials, your statements, and also you must be careful to be truthful wherever you publish your resume. Never do a misstatement. You don't need to make a lie or a misstatement that will hurt you. And be honest. Honesty always pays, ultimately. Don't demoralize yourself. It's important that we tell this to many students. I'm not necessarily 25 years of age, but we should actually tell this to anyone to understand and believe us. Twitter, our famous Twitter. Twitter is being used by 230 million active users at the moment. Every single day there are 500 million tweets a day. This includes India. This includes many countries. There are news, events, scientific breakthroughs. Businesses and brands are now publishing on Twitter all the time, again, for recognition. They don't do print advertisement anymore. They don't do newspaper advertisement. They have huge marketing departments only and only for social media. Okay, some people may not know this, but New York Times itself even recognizes that the print advertisement is going to lose market share. They put their money into Twitter and YouTube news stories, other web publishing as well. For instance, another subject is, again, in recognition of our losses of 239 people on the Malaysian airline disaster, the web is now filled with people. You would not believe this. There are thousands of people who have had actually participated in search for remains of the airplane. They actually have gone through the satellite images, and then in addition to all the activities of the airplanes and other search crews, they actually have participated on going every single slide published by the Universitesi, I think, the satellite station, and all the published slides. People helped, thousands of people. I myself, being honest with you, I spent during the last 1 month, almost every day, 2 hours of my life watching CNN or other news stories about the disaster. It's a touching story. 76% of Twitter users log in via mobile devices. Again, mobile, time is up, sorry. This was my time. You need to share job opportunities, business interests. You have to follow others through Twitter and discover resources and corporate contacts. I believe Twitter, again, is key to business success. Twitter is key to success of Turkey. Twitter is success of any country at this time. At this time, I'm being very explicit about this. At the moment, I have, for instance, contacts in countries like software companies in Bulgaria. Telerik.com is an entity which is published by a young set of young people in Bulgaria. Their success is because they are one of the fastest growing industries companies in Bulgaria, and also partnered with United States investors. And they are actually young people. Their success is because they actually excel in web technologies. The success of any company today is based on access to Twitter, access to Google, and access to YouTube. That's a key message I want to give at the moment. And this is my last slide. Thanks for watching, and teşekkürler.